Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are Come Caravan with the Kenevins. We are not caravanning right now. We are actually stationary, and let's see what we got going on. So, with all the chaos and commotion that has been over the last few months, we didn't get any videos put out for you. It's very unfortunate. We got a lot of work done. We actually lived in the coach for a few months, 6 months or so, I think it was, and then settled on a home. So we are currently in a home again on 5 acres in Pahrump, Nevada. And being as we had to get into the coach so fast, we didn't get a bunch of the things done that needed to be done. So with that said, since we have not been staying in it, we have not needed to have power and everything on currently or consistently, I started doing some more work. So let's take a look. So as you can see, we've got electrical work. Batteries are all disconnected. Everything was up here. I don't know if I have a previous picture. I'll look and see if I have a previous picture. I'll insert it here to see what this looked like. But it was a mess. There was a shallow built box, you know, a little bit of room for a battery on one side, the inverter and another battery on the other side. Everything was just, well, it was rough. After tearing everything out in some of the wood, I found that there had been an electrical fire down here. It was not severe. It looks like maybe a few minutes worth of burning on some wood, which is never good, right? But it's all gone. You can see I have started to put in some new wood. We are going to go through and redo everything. That wall was horribly built as well. The old original plywood that was going up in here that kind of closed in the original on-road heat and air system, the wood was shot. It was falling apart. It was rotted in some spots. The whole thing was just nasty. So I took out the ductwork that went up. Since the unit was no longer in here, I don't plan on putting another unit like that back in. So I took out the ductwork. There was a duct that came here and came out, and then there was one that came down here and came out, and then those tied into the unit. Those are gone. I took out the drain pan that was on the floor. I still have to take out the little collars. There's one here, and there's another one right behind the grinder right over there. I still have to take those out that drained down underneath the coach. Now, I'm not going to cover those up. I'm actually, when I redo the floor, I'm going to recess in from the bottom side some 12-volt fans that are going to be on a temperature sensor, and there's going to be a grate on the top side of those. Those are going to blow air out down that pre-existing drain area. I think that's going to help for some of the heat that we're going to gain in here. We're going to be adding more batteries. We're going to be upgrading the solar system. So the whole thing, new charge controllers, new inverters, new batteries, the whole 9 yards. Now, this is not all going to happen right now. This is just phase 1 of what we're trying to accomplish, but we are going to go through and redo the whole thing if the coach doesn't sell. I am actually trying to sell the coach. We are, I should say. We want to kind of start over. Honestly, after building this one, we've learned quite a bit for designs to fit our family for the inside. And although the inside looks good, it's not 100% finished yet. The bathroom still needs to be finalized. I'm actually going to be getting into the master bedroom this weekend and doing some work in there. I will bring you along for that. But we are not maximizing the space to its fullest potential for our family. So with that being said, we are listing this bus. It is actually listed currently for sale. We are going to reinvest some of that money into some other things that we had to kind of put on a back burner when we got put into the position that required us to get the coach and build it to live out of for a while. But we are going to reinvest into another coach and completely rebuild yet once again with a whole new layout that I think will really fit our family a lot better. I have very strong feelings that this is going to be much better on the next go around. So if it doesn't sell, that's fine. We're going to continue to keep building it to our needs and desires, and we're going to keep using it until it does sell. But with that being said, we're going to wall off on the back side right here and then over right to there where you can see the edge of that brace right there. So that's going to be a plywood wall that will separate the generator compartment from the basement of the coach again. The generator side, I will skin that with probably aluminum or maybe some stainless. We'll see. I got to see what I can come up with for cutoffs at work to skin over that plywood. And then the whole inside, there will be all new 3/4 inch plywood along the floor. The inserts, like I was describing, for the fans to try and help blow some of this hot heat that will get acquired in here from all the electronics. We will have a new panel along the back. This ceiling will be all paneled as well and nice. And then obviously over there, I still have a little bit to remove. That angle that's in there right now still has to come out. I'm gonna try and remove this old plywood that's here. Those are just 2 scab pieces. They are not part of this frame or floor currently. So I want to remove those, put all new flooring in, get that framed in over there, new back and ceiling, and then start working on layout. Now, with working on the layout, there are some things that we do have to do. The original system, the way that it was put together, was scary, we'll just say. Wires all intertwined and an abundance of unnecessary excess of wire. They did run 4/0 cable for the batteries, but for 2 batteries that were less than 2 foot apart, well, let's go look. So this is what I took out. There is a little bit more wiring that I took out as well, but most of this is all getting tossed and redone because it's old, it's nasty, and it's unnecessary. It's got all the old glass tube style fuses. Just the way everything was put together, like I was saying, was scary. So now that I am going to be putting it all back together, putting fresh wood in, getting a new layout put together, I'm going to build a battery rack for a minimum of 4 batteries for now. I would like it to be able to house at least 6 batteries for final use, but I think as long as we make it big enough for 4 batteries for now, we should be fine. I think I can do, well, I know I can do 2 batteries down, 2 batteries on top of that, and truthfully I could make it so there's 2 more batteries yet above that and fit 6 full batteries. I'm thinking 280, somewhere around there, amp hour batteries. We're going to continue to keep everything 12 volt. And that reason for that is we want to put the new, not new anymore, but the Victron Multi-Plus 2 120x2 inverter in here. I have already 7 100-watt panels, and we plan on putting even more up top. Those 7 are not up there yet. All the original ones that were up top are still up there right now. But we do plan on, if we keep this, again, putting a total of 2,600 watts worth of solar up there. So the 2,600 watts of solar, the 6 200 amp hour batteries at a minimum, with the inverter, plus we still have the generator. The generator is going to stay, and that is going to get on the Cerbo GX system once we do get all the Victron stuff in here. The Cerbo GX will be able to auto start the generator in case of a low voltage occurrence on the battery bank. So that's a very nice option, and I think it's a huge safety feature to be able to put on any coach, even if it's something that's just getting stored. So that way it can, so rewind for a second. Our generator is propane, but with the Cerbo GX, I can make it run multiple functions to turn on the generator. So even though our generator is propane, I plan on putting electronic solenoid right off of the propane tank, so I can have the valve on the tank. And then I'm actually going to be running another electronic solenoid that's going to be at the T that goes to the generator. So the only other thing that runs on propane in the coach is the Blackstone. That's not finalized yet in the coach, but it does live in the middle bay here. I don't need that to be on an electronic solenoid. I can just flip a switch, turn on the main solenoid, and have propane come to the Blackstone at that point in time if I need it. Excuse me. But the generator, I want to be able to have the main switch and the generator solenoid turn on at the same time, so it primes the lines for the generator, and then it'll be a time delay to start the generator. And this will all happen upon percentage of the battery bank. So if the battery bank gets below 15% capacity or so, we'll just use that for an instance, right? That will trigger these relays to then make all of this happen and kick on the generator. And it'll also have a high voltage relay as well. So as soon as the battery bank gets above, say 95%, 90%, whatever we set those parameters at, it will then kill the generator and then kill the solenoids for the propane, right? So then there's no open lines that are continuously available for leaks, right? And then we don't have to worry about any of that stuff, the dangers of propane, so to speak. If we're in here sleeping or anything like that, we don't have to worry about that. Now, there isn't any leaks. I've gone over the system after I've redirected everything from what was in here and made sure of that, but why take the extra risk? So that's the tentative plan. That's what we're working on, and we'll bring you along as we continue on with this. But for right now, this is going to end this video. Just wanted to give you guys a little update, let you guys see what's going on, and kind of give you a rundown on the next plans. Now, I will this weekend do a full walkthrough of the coach as it sits right now, so that way you guys can get caught up, because really you haven't seen anything since the very beginning after we tore everything out. And it looks way different. Now we have taken out some things that were in here to use them in the house. Obviously our main TV that was in here, things of that nature, are no longer in the coach. And I'm not going to be able to turn everything on because I have all of the power disconnected right now for safety reasons, right? So we won't be able to turn everything on, but I'll get all the windows opened up so that way you can see everything and kind of give you a rundown on what we've got going on so far, and you can tell us what you think. Appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, please hit the like or thumbs up button to let us know what you think. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I do plan on bringing you guys along for some more updates on the coach until it sells. If it does sell, if it doesn't sell, we'll continue to keep bringing you along. And even if this one sells, we'll bring you along on the next one. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.